Welcome to Sports Chatter, and today we're going to talk about the NBA and the future of the NBA. Now here we have a very, very special guest. We have Ahmed Weinstein. Now
Hello.
we're going to start off by saying, I don't know, I can't tell if you're Arab or Jewish, to be honest, with a name like that. So let's talk about the last NBA Finals game. Just a quick recap. So, what happened?
So, are you gonna cut?
No, seriously, I have no idea what happened in the last NBA Finals game. If you want to recap for all of us.
Okay, so what happened was, I don't know what happened, man. LeBron.
Well, okay, let's talk about LeBron James. You brought up LeBron James, a basketball
Yes.
player. You brought up LeBron James. Let's talk about LeBron James. Number one player in the game.
Number one player in the
He
game.
deserved that win, and I'm glad he's the champion.
Deserved it.
He deserved it. He brought all the way for the Cavaliers.
Sure did.
52 points on average per game, or something.
It wasn't 52 points.
For the finals or something like that, or the playoffs or something. But do you think that LeBron James, as tall as he is, when he goes into his kitchen and his wife's there,
Yes.
do you think he's the one that reaches for the cereal on the top of the cabinet? I guess the better question is, what cereal does he eat?
Oh, man. He seems like a cinnamon toast crunch kind of guy.
Yeah, I was thinking Frosted Flakes as well. Who was the driver? Who was the one that, without them, LeBron James wouldn't have been able to win the game?
I would say Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving.
He did well.
Did you want to add on to that?
Oh,
Or are
sure,
you just gonna
yeah,
give
so-
a one word answer?
So Kyrie Irving, it was, to me, in my opinion, it was that.
The team they had to beat, the Goldenstate Warriors. Now the Goldenstate Warriors, wow. That's all. After watching the game, all I can say is wow. The number of shots they took during the game to get points in the game, amazing. I've never seen a team shoot the ball
I mean, you have to shoot the ball to
that
get the
much
point, you know?
to get points for a game. Now let me ask you this. Steph Curry, without a doubt, number one player in the game. He really deserved to win,
Yes, he is.
but he didn't. So my question for you is, and I want you to give a I want to hear what's the word? An unbiased answer from you. Why was the game rigged for the Golden State versus the what is it, the
Cleveland Cavaliers?
The Cavaliers, yeah.
Yeah.
Why was the game rigged in favor of the Cavaliers? LeBron James deserved to win. I'm not saying he didn't. And I'm saying that the game is rigged. I'm not saying that. It's just popular belief that the game is rigged. Now why was it rigged? Do you think it's money?
Well, the thing is,
Do you think it's advertisements or anything like that?
I believe it goes back to the Miami Heat when LeBron James got drafted by the Miami Heat he was with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. It was a thing where people compared it to the incident when Chris Paul couldn't go to the Lakers because there was too many stars, but it was allowed for LeBron James to go to the Heat. And from then on, I feel like a lot of the fans, thank you.
Yeah.
A lot of the fans believe that LeBron has, could you say, bias or favor of the NBA directors and
he's favorable in their scope, as you can say, I guess.
And so, I think about it this way: LeBron.
Let's talk about Ayesha Curry. Am I saying that? Ayesha, right? Ayesha Curry?
Is that his daughter?
No, the wife. I want to say that's the wife. Who's? No internet connection. I want to say that's the wife. She's right.
She's
Anyways,
from Canada. I didn't know
Ayesha
that.
Curry. Let's talk about Ayesha Curry. Without a doubt, the number one player in the NBA. 0 rebounds per game, 0 shots per game, 0 assists per game, and 10 tweets per game. How does she do it? Go ahead.
She's not a player in the NBA.
Then why was she tweeting all those nasty things about the game being rigged, is my question, if she's not a player?
I mean, she has to support her husband.
Sure.
You know?
Uh-huh.
So
I'm not saying I'm against her.
Mhm.
She was just... I'm just, like... I support her saying the game is rigged. Do I believe the game is rigged? No, but I do support her saying that because the game was rigged.
Even if LeBron James scored 100 points that game, and it was a big defeat, the woman, she wouldn't tell her husband.
Okay, but let me ask you this. But my question is, how does that connect to Durant not telling Westbrook anything about moving to the Golden State after the Golden State lost the finals? And they do drafts, right, or something like they do the drafts. During the drafts, why does Durant not tell Westbrook anything? Not even a phone call about him moving to. We'll say it. He moved to Golden State Warriors. Yeah. Why did he do that?
Well, I believe
why didn't he do that?
I believe he was a free agent. So when you're a free agent, you kind of can choose.
Yeah.
Whereas a draft.
What's a free agent exactly? In one word, what would you say a free agent was? Describe them as
bachelor. This decision, it was kind of on the down low. Nobody really knew about it, I guess, because he wanted certain teams to attract them, and it becomes. I hear what
you're saying. I feel like you're dodging the question, though. Do you believe that was a good decision on his end to go to the Golden State? Because you hear a lot of people like.
So.
Well, a lot of people are like, "What are they doing?"
They're hating.
They're hating on him.
Yeah,
why are they doing that?
Well,
do you agree that was a decision?
You know, in my opinion. So yeah.
Do you yourself support the decision of him going to the other team? In half a word, would you? Less than one word, how would you describe it? In your personal opinion, him going to that team, in half a word, how would you describe it?
You said half a word? Okay.
That's it. I think you just said. Durant's agent saying Klay Thompson should give up shots? Is he out of his mind?
I don't know.
This is basketball, right? Isn't that what people do in basketball? They shoot? And now he's saying don't shoot. I don't...
It's like business,
clarify that for me. I don't get what's going on.
It's business, man. I mean... If Klay Thompson is shooting the ball, how is Durant going to drop 40 points in a game?
True, but let me ask you this. You're saying, and I hope I don't offend people, him saying Klay Thompson should stop shooting, that has nothing to do with the fact that he looks like a Muppet. Has nothing to do with that, right?
It's like a Muppet? Which Muppet? Anyway, so yeah, I guess.
Do you think though, or no?
I mean.
All right, so Durant was at the Staples Center. I'm assuming that's LA, right?
Yes, it was.
And Durant and Green booed by Staples Center. Correct?
Yeah, they were playing.
Draymond
Green from the Goldenstate Warriors.
He was on the Goldenstate Warriors. When they weren't even on the LA team.
This was
nothing to do.
This was the U.S. Olympics game. Like,
is the Olympics is that a basketball event or what?
Like when an American team travels around the world, they play China, they play Spain.
So American team travels to China. That's a tongue twister. American team travels to China, and they play the different team. But the thing is, so they booed. I'm assuming because of the decision of moving or something?
I guess so, but it was weird because Durant was saying he didn't hear any boos. They said they didn't hear anything on the way out, but they obviously got booed, him and Draymond.
There was an article, actually, so I read about that. It was Durant said he didn't hear any boos. I heard from his doctor, because the NBA players have to go see the doctor to get a physical before starting the season and the preseason and the pre-preseason. And I heard the doctor said that during the physical, during the test, after using the thingy to cover your eyes and seeing the chart, he did a great job at that, which is why he's a great shooter, right? He's a great shooter. But when it came to the hearing test, I heard he failed the hearing test. I heard that the doctor was like, okay, put the thingy on, the headphones on, and then he was like, raise your hand to wherever you hear the beep. The beep was on the left, he raised the right hand. The beep was on the right, he raised his left hand. So I'm assuming, if we're looking at from the dynamics, from the physical dynamics of the crowd and the trajectory of the of their voices and they're saying boo, I'm assuming that since it was going through possibly one of the deaf ears, he didn't hear it.
But I mean,
Whereas Draymond Green could have been standing dead center and heard it through both ears, is what I've read.
But I mean, they're next to each other, so. And I think Draymond Green would be like, yo, do you hear that? I'm thinking it's because Durant is going to the Golden State Warriors and they saw them together and.
Yeah.
They thought sellout and they.
They weren't holding hands or anything, though, right?
No, they weren't holding hands.
I wanted to ask you your guesses as to who's going to be in the finals the next year, and we'll end it with that.
Next year.
And then I'll give you my pick. I'll give you my prediction. I have a lot of money on it. I'll just say that. I have a lot of money on it.
I'll say Cavaliers.
Scarily amount of money.
I feel Cavaliers and Golden State will go again. Well, they say that the Eastern Conference is easier than the Western Conference because I feel the Western Conference has a lot of competition. You got Golden State. You have the Spurs. You have.
You're about to say something very
Rockets.
important, but I just have to ask you because it's been bugging me since we started this question.
Go ahead.
The Eastern and Western Conference, that has nothing to do with dividing the Berlin Wall between the East. That has nothing to do with that, right?
The eastern portion of the United States and the western portion.
Okay, continue. So you're mentioning the Spurs. Go ahead.
It's like the Spurs, San Antonio, Texas, Golden State, Bay Area.
Yeah.
You have OKC, Oklahoma. The Western Conference is really difficult to advance to the finals. Great team.
So I wrote my prediction here. So I feel like, just based on articles and Wikipedia, I feel like you need to take advantage of multiple sources before you make your guess. You're not going to make your guess out of pride. I'm a Berkeley student, but I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to, as a Berkeley student being the Bay Area, I'm not going to say that automatically.
Oh, you'd go Golden State?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did my research, and then I want to say, without a doubt, and I feel like all numbers are pointing, Washington Wizards and the Chicago Bulls. Because according to Wikipedia and other sources, Michael Jordan plays for both of them.
No, okay, so this is a bit contradictory here because first and foremost, Washington Wizards and the Chicago Bulls. They're both in the Eastern Conference. And
again, nothing to do with the Berlin Wall.
No,
nothing to do with it. That's a different subject.
No, but also
Mr.
Michael
Richard
Jordan
confused me. Go ahead. Yeah.
Michael Jordan retired, and he doesn't play basketball anymore, at least for the NBA.
Okay.
So he can't, and even if he was on both teams, he can't play himself in the finals. But
Steph Curry can play himself, though, is what you're saying. Because a lot of people in the Twitter sphere are saying he lost the game because he played himself.
Yeah, but that's more of a young. It's pretty much like a slang, It's a colloquial.
Yeah,
and if people saying he played himself,
slang,
he played himself.
If you can describe slang in like 15% of a word, how would you describe slang for those who don't know? Do you want to finish that word? You can finish
colloquialism.
it. Colloquialism. Makes sense. Okay. Anyways, thank you.
No problem. Thank you. I appreciate your time. I hope the best at Berkeley. And
thanks for being here on my show.
Yes.
And I hope we answered. I hope we pertain to a lot of your thoughts about what's going to happen in the future for the NBA. I hope we covered all the stories.